Sir, I just want to take care of my daughters. I'm not at risk.
I understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, the court is going to order a $2 million blanket bond in this case, covering all of your charges. Should you post bond in this case, the court will order that you be on pretrial services electronically monitored house arrest. Furthermore, the court will order that you will have no contact whatsoever, directly or indirectly through a third party, with
A reported burglary early this morning in Tip City turned deadly as a 7th grade volleyball coach was killed in her own home.
Her husband and 2 children survived the ordeal, and now police are searching for a suspect.
I hope it's not my wife.
Are they still in there?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, what's the address?
Please hurry. Please hurry.
What are you seeing?
My wife she's got 2 shots to her head. There's blood everywhere. Oh my God. Sir, please.
Ma'am, I need you to take a deep breath, okay? Do you still see anybody in the house?
No, the door to the garage was wide open. Please hurry, please. Oh my God. My daughters are here. My daughters are here.
Where's she at?
She's in the bed.
Are you with her?
Yeah, I am in the room. I'm looking at her. Yes, please.
Okay, do you guys have the door locked?
We have the doors to the garage locked, but into the house, yes. Please. Oh my God. Please.
Where is that room at in the house? My partner's getting them dispatched, okay? But I need you to answer my questions so I can get you help as fast as I can, okay?
What question?
Where are you guys at in the house?
I'm in the bedroom with her right now.
Okay.
My daughters are in their room.
So you are not with the children?
I was with the children when it happened.
Okay, but you're not with them now?
No, they're in their room. They're not even awake. Oh my God. Sir, please.
They are heading that way, okay? I need you to take a deep breath for me. Are you hearing anything?
No, I've rubbed her leg and said her name. She's not answering.
Okay. Your daughter's not answering you?
3 days ago, Ashley Flynn was murdered in her Tip City home. Tonight, police announced that they have made an arrest in connection to her death.
Police said this evening that Ashley's husband, 39-year-old Caleb Flynn, is in jail and charged in connection with her murder.
At 12:42 in the morning, a text message was sent from a pastor's phone. It said, "It's almost done." Less than 2 hours later, his wife was dead.
Also heartbroken for the daughters because the daughters didn't just lose a mom. Now they've lost a dad, too.
Session with the Honorable Judge Samuel Huffman Society. You may be seated.
All right, this is case 26 CRA 285, Caleb C. Flynn. Mr. Flynn, you have several charges here. Count 1 is a murder charge, is a felony of the first degree. Count 2 is 2 and 3 are both felonious assault charges, second-degree felonies. Count 4 is tampering with evidence, a third-degree felony, and that's count 4. Count 5 is tampering with evidence, a third-degree felony.
She was more than just a coach to me, but like family, and I loved her so much.
Laughter, smiles, and chocolate chip cookies. That's how 7th grader Jocelyn Frost remembers her volleyball coach, 37-year-old Ashley Flynn. The mother of 2 was best known as a volunteer at her church, a teacher, and to her players, someone who always made them feel better about themselves.
Her smile just like warmed up the room. And not only did she help me with volleyball, but helped me be better as a person. And she's just someone I really want to grow up to be like.
Coach Flynn would even use an Oreo snack as a life lesson.
The crunchy part of the Oreo was things we need to work on, and the inside, which is the creamy part, which was things we think we did well.
But her life lessons and kindness went beyond just the volleyball team as she made an impact on everyone she knew in the community.
Ashley was always very sweet and very, loving to her children and inviting to mine.
As the case involving Caleb Flynn and Ashley Flynn continues to unfold, several significant developments have emerged. One of the most notable updates is that Ashley Flynn's family has released their first public statement since this tragic situation began. In addition, we now have more details from Caleb Flynn's virtual court appearance, which took place when his bond was set. There are also new comments from his defense attorney, statements that stand in stark contrast to what Ashley's loved ones are saying about how this investigation has been handled. Let's walk through everything step by step. Caleb Flynn briefly addressed the court during a video hearing held on Friday, February 20th, just one day after his arrest.
Sir, I just want to take care of my daughters. I'm not at risk.
I understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, the court is going to order a $2 million blanket bond in this case, covering all of your charges. Should you post bond in this case, the court will order that you be on pretrial services electronically monitored house arrest. Furthermore, the court will order that you will have no contact whatsoever, directly or indirectly through a third party, with you are not permitted to speak to them in any way, shape, or form. That includes electronic communications. You are not allowed to communicate through family members whatsoever. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
Authorities took him into custody on February 19th, shortly after 5 p.m. During Friday's proceeding, the judge focused primarily on bond, determining the amount and outlining the strict conditions Caleb would face if he were able to secure his release. Before getting into what Caleb said during that hearing, it's important to highlight the statement issued by Ashley Flynn's family. In the wake of this heartbreaking loss, her loved ones shared that they are devastated beyond words. They described their hearts as completely broken, but emphasized that they are leaning heavily on their faith, just as Ashley did every day of her life. Those who knew Ashley have consistently portrayed her as a woman deeply committed to her Christian faith. According to her family and community members, she was someone who radiated kindness, encouragement, and light to those around her. She was passionate about education and dedicated to the children she worked with, both in her professional life at school and through her involvement at her church, Christian Life Center. Her family described her as someone who genuinely lived out her faith in Jesus, not just in words, but in action. In their statement, they expressed a firm belief that something profoundly evil occurred. At the same time, they made it clear that they trust justice will ultimately prevail. Importantly, they also voiced strong confidence in law enforcement investigation. They stated that they believe authorities handled the case carefully, thoroughly, and without rushing to conclusions. In their view, investigators gathered sufficient evidence and had clear probable cause before making the decision to arrest Caleb Flynn. That perspective sharply differs from the stance taken by Caleb's defense attorney. The defense argues that investigators acted too quickly and zeroed in on Caleb prematurely. His attorney maintains that in cases involving the death of a spouse, law enforcement often looks first at the husband or wife, and that this can sometimes lead to wrongful accusations. According to the defense, prosecutors moved forward too hastily. Caleb's lawyer maintains that his client is innocent and that in time, that innocence will be demonstrated in court. So while Ashley's family is expressing trust and confidence in the investigative process, Caleb's legal team insists the case was handled improperly and that conclusions were drawn too soon. The tragic chain of events dates back to February 16th, when a 911 call was placed, a call that has since circulated widely. During that call, Caleb reportedly sounded extremely distressed, and some people online even mocked the fact that the dispatcher initially referred to him as a woman because of his tone of voice. However, authorities later stated that they believe the reported home invasion described during that call was staged.
Somebody broke into my home. And shot my wife. The door to leading to the garage door was wide open when I ran in there.
But this report we got our hands on said a Tip City detective noticed the side door in the garage was open. But, quote, as we were looking at the door, we noticed the door has a large fridge in front of it that would have had been pushed to open the door. It goes on to say, while officers were in the garage, they saw the center console in the truck was open, which, quote, Caleb told him his gun was at.
My wife she's got 2 shots to her head. There's blood everywhere. Oh my God.
Investigators noted signs that suggested forced entry, but they now suspect the scene may have been deliberately arranged to look like a break-in. Caleb and his attorney strongly deny those allegations, but law enforcement believes he is responsible for Ashley's death. There was also a recent update regarding plans at Christian Life Center. Initially, the church had announced a public celebration of life service for Ashley, scheduled for Sunday, February 22nd. However, those plans have since changed. The service will now be private, limited strictly to immediate family members. While there may be a public memorial event at a later date, for now, the family is asking for privacy, space to grieve, and continued prayers. Considering the magnitude of their loss and the reality that Ashley's daughters are now facing life without their mother, the request for privacy is deeply understandable. Returning to Caleb's court appearance, the virtual hearing provided a glimpse into his demeanor. The judge explained the bond conditions in detail. At moments, Caleb appeared uncertain about what he should say when given the opportunity to address the court. He even asked for clarification about what was expected of him. The judge explained that this was his chance to speak on his own behalf regarding bond and to argue that he was not a danger to the community. Caleb stated that he does not pose a threat and told the court that his primary concern is caring for his daughters. However, the judge ultimately did not accept that argument. Bond was set at $2 million. If Caleb is able to post that amount, he would be subject to extremely strict conditions. These include house arrest with electronic monitoring. Additionally, and perhaps most significantly, he would be barred from any contact with his daughters. That prohibition would extend to in-person visits, phone calls, text messages, and even communication through third parties. His attorney has indicated that they plan to request a bond reduction. Whether the court will grant such a request remains uncertain. Caleb's next scheduled court appearance is set for February 26th, and that hearing may bring further updates or changes in the case. At the same time, rumors and speculation about a potential motive continue to circulate. There have been allegations, though not officially confirmed, that Caleb may have been involved in an affair with a younger woman connected to the church, reportedly someone who served as a worship leader. Some online claims suggest the relationship had been ongoing and that the woman was significantly younger than Ashley. It's important to stress that these allegations have not been formally verified by investigators, and no official statements have confirmed any affair. If such a relationship did exist, and if it played any role in what happened, it could become a key factor in the prosecution's case. However, at this point, much of that discussion remains unconfirmed speculation rather than established fact. What is beyond dispute is the devastating impact on the couple's 2 daughters. They have lost their mother during a crucial stage of their lives. If Caleb were ultimately convicted, they could potentially lose their father as well. Their lives have been irrevocably changed in the matter of days. Extended family members are likely stepping in to provide stability and support, but the emotional consequences of such a loss are immeasurable. As the investigation continues and court proceedings move forward, additional details may come to light. For now, attention remains focused on the upcoming court date and the ongoing legal process. Many within the community are offering prayers and support to Ashley's family, especially her daughters, as they attempt to navigate this imaginable and painful chapter.